Edward Honecker was convicted of 7 counts of sexual assault, sodomy, and rape. Throughout his trial, he told the police, "I didn't do it," but they didn't believe him. Edward had provided 4 alibis. 2 family members, 1 friend, and 1 acquaintance all said that Edward didn't do it because he was with us. Despite this, the police, the judge, and the jury didn't believe them. And Edward was sentenced to 3 life terms in prison, where he sat pleading, "I didn't do it," for 10 years, until DNA evidence exonerated him. Sadly, this case is not unique. Of 250 proven wrongful convictions, over 70% have an alibi, someone to say that they didn't do it, but yet they're not believed. And the question is, why? And the answer is that in our justice system, there's no clear way to evaluate whether a suspect or an alibi is telling the truth or telling a lie. And coming up with a way is exactly the goal of my PhD dissertation. We can rely on physiological changes like sweating and behavioral changes like having your arms crossed to indicate when someone is lying. But in the justice system, often these things can be brought on from stress from the environment, so they've been found to be pretty unreliable. Instead, all we have to go off of is what that person actually tells us. So I've created a lab-based experiment where pairs of participants are randomly split into either a truth group or a lie group. For those in the truth group, these participants will complete a series of tasks together. And for the lie group, these participants will be separated and will be unaware of each other's tasks. One of these participants will be asked to engage in a sneaky task. After the tasks, one participant in each group will be accused of engaging in the sneaky task, regardless of if they actually did, and they'll become the suspect, while the other will be their alibi. The group will collaborate on a story proving they were together even if they weren't. Then each participant will write their own individual narrative. From here, I'll calculate the proportion of details that can be confirmed to be true, like we walked by the library at 3:30 p.m., and compare these to the proportion of details that can't be confirmed, like we worked in my dorm room. The idea is that those that are telling the truth will have more of those confirmable details, and I'll be able to compare these proportions between suspects and alibis and truth tellers and liars, to really see if we can use the proportion of confirmable details to indicate whether a suspect or an alibi is telling the truth or telling a lie. Maybe if a tool like this is actually used, cases like Edward Honecker's, where 4 alibis are provided but dismissed, won't happen again.